The ocean state's real name might surprise you. The smallest state is not called Rhode Island, but Rhode Island and Providence Plantations. You might catch a glimpse of the official name on documents like this birth certificate.
Even now today, I have certificates and awards that say Providence Plantations. That don't even hang up because of the word plantations on it, right? Because that affects me. It affects the soul and essence of me as a Black person.
Born and raised in Providence, Sal Montero works at the Peace and Nonviolence Institute. Montero has organized a Facebook group called Remove Plantations from RI. They are pushing for Rhode Island's name to become just Rhode Island.
So it's much deeper than just hey, let's start a group to remove the name. It's also a group that, let's talk about it. Let's have this conversation.
In 2010, Rhode Islanders voted against changing the name. However, the question will be appearing on the ballot again this November.
Because of George Floyd, and not just because of George Floyd, but because everything that led up to it, it just reinvigorated the same conversation.
I spoke with Debbie Suggs, the Director of Admissions Special Populations at URI. She joined the Facebook group after being approached by Montero.
Quite honestly, Leah, last time it came up to vote, I voted against it. I voted to keep the name in because it didn't really resonate as any big deal to me. But again, more I learned about the state's history, the more I was like, nope, it has to go.
According to the Rhode Islanders I talked to, the state's history with slavery was not extensively covered in school.
And believe it or not, I was a history major in college at Rhode Island College, and we really didn't tip on this either in college, was the prevalence of slavery in the state of Rhode Island.
Suggs also shared some information that some might find surprising about URI's history that you will not hear about on our campus tours.
So it's by the south entrance of the Ryan Center?
So in the south entrance to the Ryan Center, literally look to, you can't miss it, like, unless you're missing it. There's a stone wall, and there's a white picket fence and a plaque.
It is little known that Rhode Island was actually very involved in the slave trade. URI was built partially on a former plantation, and it is believed that the Native and African American slaves who worked that plantation are buried here behind me in front of the Ryan Center.
Really, I look at the word plantation now differently, and why I think it's so important is, yeah, it does mean, if you look it up in the dictionary, it does mean big farm, but it means something deeper to people who are oppressed or who were oppressed. Just like any symbol means, the flag is more than just a piece of cloth that flies in the air. The name of something is more than just a name.
Both Suggs and Montero believe that changing Rhode Island's name is a step in the right direction, but also think more needs to be done.
It's not something that's going to change because a lot of what we want to change is mostly systematic, right? I could take the sign out the window that says whites only, right? Now I have to serve Black people, but doesn't mean I feel the same way about you, right? So it's not just about removing that sign. That is a great first start. That is important. But now, let's remove the hate behind those words.
Leah Crowley reporting, 5 Cent Cigar News.